Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? So, Wonderful Blessed Life is doing collaboration of a bunch of us getting together to do a meal, a lunch, or dinner, whatever, for like $10 or less. So that's what I'm doing. I'm joining in on the collaboration. Now, my meal is going to be beef and noodles, and I'll show you what I'm doing and what I've got. So, I've got this Thrive can of freeze-dried beef, cooked and seasoned, and I got that on sale for $8.99. I've got 2 cans of sliced mushrooms. Each one were 79 cents. Gordon Foods beef base. I've had that for a while now. It's almost done, and I think I paid $4 for it. So what little bit I'm going to use for this recipe, maybe 50 cents. I've got garlic, onion, and I buy my flour by the 25-pound bags, and I'll show you that right there in that chair. So I'm going to make my own noodles, and the eggs I got, so I don't know how much those cost either, and olive oil and salt. So that's it. So I'll get my stuff ready and I'll start putting dinner together. Thank you, Wonderful Blessed Life, for including me in on your collaboration. And let's get this going, right? Be right back. Okay, so now we're on to making the beef part of the beef and noodles. Here I've got chopped up onion and garlic and mushrooms, 2 cans of the mushrooms. I use my Tupperware mini chopper to chop up the onions very well, because we have a little one eating dinner with us and there's onion in it. She ain't going to eat it. What they don't know, don't hurt them. Okay, in this pan, I'm going to turn this on, get this heated. I've got water boiling. Here I've got some beef base. First, I'm going to pour some of this hot water in it that I just steamed out or heated up. I'm going to do about 2 cups to start, and we'll see, go from there. Now, the roast from the, look at that, that's already refreshed from yesterday. Again, I didn't, we went out, so we did not have dinner here. We had sandwiches later. So in here, I'm just going to put maybe a couple tablespoons of this beef base in there to make like a beef broth. It's going to be spectacular. I'm going to use my whisk. Now I also have my cornstarch out in ice water to thicken everything up when it's time. So I'm going to put my mushrooms, first I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in the pan. The top wants to come off. Just enough to coat, a couple tablespoons. Then I'm going to put in my onions and my mushrooms in that pan. You just brown it. Brown her up. While that's in there, I'm going to start seasoning this up. This is garlic, salt. Put it away as I use it, right? some parsley. You see what I'm doing? Let me see. Not very well, right? So, yep, you can see me now. So a couple handfuls of parsley. Smells good. Salt, paprika when that time comes. A little bit of celery seeds. Remember, a little celery seed goes a long way. About like that. Crush it up. Now this is just how I make it. You can make it, of course, add and take away anything that you want in yours. I'm just giving you a rough idea of how I do mine. Stir it up a little because I don't want my garlic to burn. It's raw garlic in there. Smelling good. I do need to add some salt. Even though there's salt in the beef base, I still want to add salt to the mix. So I got my kosher salt. Oh, but like that much. Salt makes flavor. Let's see now what. I think now's the time that I'm going to add in the roast beef. I want all of it out of there. I want it flavored but browned a little, you know. I'm going to put that in there. Add a little bit of smoked paprika. That just gives a really good flavor. A little bit of granulated garlic. A little bit of fresh pepper. Smells wonderful. With smell-o-vision. A little bit of Lowry seasoning salt. And last but not least, a little bit of white ground pepper. That's become one of my favorite peppers. It's not too harsh. It's a very sweet pepper. And it smells wonderful. And a couple tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. And that's going to help with the coloring of the gravy. All right. Have a sip of my tea while that cooks. All right, let's see how we're doing, huh? Because there's no fat in that meat, I didn't have to cook it. You know, I kind of love that idea. This is a really fast meal. I didn't have to cook a whole roast that I paid $13 to $18 is what they're running from here. And I probably would have got about the same amount of meat that I paid $8.99 for the little thing on special, the little canister on it. And I didn't have to cut the fat off and all that stuff. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of olive oil on there because I like olive oil. Whisk this up one more time. Let's add this to the mix. Oops. Wait before I add that to the mix. I'll stir that around a little. I got to add flour. This is how I make my gravy. You don't have to. But I like to sprinkle a little bit of flour over the top of this stuff. And then cook it off a little. Then I'll use cornstarch the rest of the way. Smells really good. Get that flour cooked in. Nobody likes the taste of raw flour. There we go. Yum. Add the rest of that in there. Might make up a little bit more. I don't know. What do you guys think? A little bit more? I'm taking a little bit more broth. Actually, I'm just going to add a little bit more hot water. Oops. Hot water in the mix. There we go. Add the rest of this beef broth in it. There's not much in the bottom. I want to get it all out. There we go. It smells so good. I'm going to let that cook together for a few. And then I'm going to make my slurry and make it into a gravy. I still need a little bit more Worcestershire sauce, I think. You know what? I'm actually going to try it. Because you got to sample your food as you go. Make sure it's good. It's hot. It's really good. It doesn't need no more salt. It's actually pretty good, I think. If anything, I would add actually nothing. I think it's good. That's how good I think it is. All right, I almost tripped over you. Now I'm going to add some cornstarch in here. Actually, the rest of the cornstarch. Wow, I've really got to start stocking up, huh? Now, when you cook noodles, it takes just minutes for them to cook. So I'm going to drop some noodles in. I'm going to add about, well, that much water. It's called a slurry. When you do this, and cornstarch will not clump. But we're going to let that get good and boiling hot while that's doing it. Ouch, I'm going to take off my lid to my noodles. My water, I should say. And grab a couple piles of noodles that I have behind you. Make sure come up to a boil for a minute. There. While that's working, I'm going to drop this in. Just kind of stir as I go. Flip it in. Stir it all in there. You would think I would have had enough room in that pan. I do, I just gotta be really cautious. There we go. That'll thicken up real nice into a nice gravy. See how nice and thick it's getting? Beautiful. Nice and thick. Cook for a few more minutes and then turn her down on low. Nice thick gravy. Don't that look yummy? All right. Let's check our pasta. It should be about done. Like I said, it doesn't take long for pasta to cook. I'm going to put this heat down off of this to a simmer. Give that a minute longer. Woo, it's hot. It's hot in this kitchen. I want to stir it around. I know you can't see what I'm doing. But y'all cooked pasta before, so y'all know. Almost done. A little bit longer. It takes a minute for it to come back to its boil. But I don't want that bottom to scorch. I'm going to put this all in one big huge container and serve it family style. But for your purposes, I'm going to put some in a bowl and show you the topping that way. Okay? Okay, there's my pasta. I have a wood spoon. Hold on. A little bit of the roast and the mushrooms in there. That is how it's going to look out. My parsley did not turn out, it went bad on me, so I don't got fresh parsley. But I will top it with a little bit of parm. And it is done. That's it. See how easy that was? a meal under around $10. A little bit of parm on there. We'll give that to babe girl. Just like that. You see good? All right, everyone. You see me okay? Thank you for watching, and I hope this inspires you to make your own pasta and try to do a meal in your own pantry that you have. Or if you go to the grocery store, just buy something or online or whatever for $10 or less to make a meal. Have a great day. Big hugs from my pantry to yours, and God bless.